Hey everyone, don't get anxious, get prepared. Your career engineer right here. Welcome to a new week. Listen, this morning when I was doing some television in my area on our NBC and our Fox affiliate, we want to talk today about, the realities of what's happening at the time of this video. For many Americans, the unemployment you were receiving has been cut. And we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know if the folks up in the DC area will come together, find a compromise to help families who are going through some of the worst times ever since this pandemic. So a couple of tips I gave today on the television show, and I really just want to give some expound more because I think this is important for all of us. We have to do, I call it like the 3 R's. There's review, retract, and respond. And I hit some of that today. So make sure you're receiving our newsletter so you'll get our segment that we did on television today. But I need folks to take a whole nother level of uber responsibility in our households. Now is the time for us to buckle down. We have to review where we are. We have to look at our assets and our credits. We've got to look at the money and what we have to work with. We have to look at what bills are due, what car note needs to be paid, the dog needs some dog food, and something in the cupboard. We've got to look at where we are. It's really difficult to devise a plan in the job search world if you haven't taken an assessment to see really where you are. You might have where you think you are, and then we know where we are. So we really have to make sure we're looking at that. The next step was, again, to retract, which is mean step back a little bit while you do see what you have. Hey, what are your resources? What are some options? Have you tapped into any programs or options that's in your community? Have you reached out to family, friends, community support, your faith support, nonprofit support? Have you asked? Have you let folk know this is the time to put pride someplace else and get the help you need for the short term just to get through this period? And of course, there's respond. This is where we got to take it up a notch, guys. Now listen, here's the deal. I want everyone to be working in their places and spaces and their A game, doing the jobs they were trained for, where their passion is, and that has always been my ultimate goal for everyone. However, if there's nothing in the cupboard, there's nothing in the cupboard. Right? So this is the time where your B game, your C game, your D game, your temporary, you're in the meantime. This is where you're using your gifts, your talents, your skills to get income coming in, generating income opportunities coming in. Maybe you were trained to be an accountant, but you know how to sew. I don't know, that one just came out. So maybe there's some gigs where sewing is a good thing. That's probably wasn't the best example, but you get what I'm saying. You got to use your hands. What am I doing right now? I wasn't trained to do this. I do this because I have some gifts and talents in this area and I'm using them. And yes, they are income generating activities. So we got to get our A game on. You got to go hard. I want you to hit 30 to 100 opportunities a month to get, to start putting that resume out there, that LinkedIn, and don't negate the offline stuff. Yes, LinkedIn. Yes, networking, word of mouth. Let family and friends and influencers and people you're connected with know that you're in the market, and get in here, shift gears, and let's go. Yes, it's tough. Of course it is. Yes, there are folks unemployed, but you do understand that when you if you do walk out your house and you're going somewhere, if that somewhere is open, that means there are opportunities. You might just have to get the C game in to keep things normalized until we get to the A game. All right, your career engineer right here. Remember, find us everywhere, tcenow.com. If you haven't joined our reader list, please do so at subscribe.tcenow.com. That's for TCE News. We're putting it out every Friday to do what we can to help all of us in this situation. So thank you for tuning in, and remember, don't get anxious. Always get prepared.